Today we're having a look at these Parkside Performance box cutters that have features like I've never seen before. We have a folding knife with a secret compartment, a twin blade knife that has 2 buttons, and a set of 2 box cutters with double action buttons and blade magazines. We'll start with the twin blade knife. As the name suggests, it has double blades and also a storage compartment for spares. According to the package, the blades have 3 positions and can be switched without tools. A good thing is that the manufacturer is Compernas. It was made in China. First impression out of the box is that this thing is massive. Look how huge it is compared to the regular Parkside box cutter. It is also a lot heavier, but it sits well in the hand and the buttons are smooth to operate compared to the old model. These are the 3 blade positions, but most of us will probably use it fully opened. On the other side, the hook blade only has 2 useful positions, since it is shorter than the regular blade. Changing the blades is quite easy. Just press the little red button and the blade comes out. Inserting it also requires to press the button, but it sure beats having to dismantle the whole handle, like in the older models. Under the top part of the handle, it has an impressive blade storage that can house up to 10 spare blades. It comes with 5 of each model. Another nice touch is that it has a strong magnet at the bottom of the blade storage compartment, which keeps the blades from rattling inside during use, or falling out when you open the lid. The main body of the knife seems to be made of painted aluminum, with a rubber grip at the bottom part. The lid also has a soft rubberized finish, even though it is made out of plastic. I hope it won't peel off in time, like it did in other devices I've seen with this finish before. The body is definitely painted, not anodized, so it will quickly start to show wear signs. But despite the weight and the size, I really like the look and finish of this knife and the way it sits in the hand. It also seems to cut very nice, and the included blades don't look like the worst quality, but they are consumables anyway. I wonder if the hook blade can be used to open flat pack furniture without scratching the surface. As you can see, it marked the surface of the object inside, so this is not a suitable use for them. Overall, I really like this twin blade knife, and despite its size, I think that it is my favourite one from the lot and the one that I will use the most in real life situations. The second utility knife we'll have a look at is this folding one. It comes with a case and 10 spare blades. The folding mechanism has a locking button, and the handle also has a spare blade storage compartment. According to the package, it has a belt clip and a wire cutter. The blades can be replaced without tools. It was made by Parkside in China. The first item in the box is the package of 10 spare blades in a hard plastic case. Then we have the knife itself in a textile case that is nothing to write home about and will probably end up in the trash. It is way thinner than it looks on camera, and it has a general cheap look to it. The knife, on the other hand, looks very well made, much better than similar knives in this price range. The belt clip has a nice spring to it, but I think it can be removed if you don't need it. The main body is made of painted aluminium. The only problem I see with it is that this bottom part is not rubberized, and it has a slightly sharp edge that feels rough on the fingers when gripping it. The top part is made out of rubber, which helps a lot with the grip. Inside we have a small storage compartment that can hold 2 to 3 spare blades. We also seem to have direct access to the cutting edge of the blade. We'll see in a minute if that's an issue or not. The opening and closing action is a bit rough. I think the axle bolt is too tight. If it doesn't get better with use, I might have to loosen it a bit. Maybe if it is loosened, it will allow single hand operation. The blade holder is also painted metal. The only plastic parts are the 2 red buttons. It has a nice wide spine, so you can push with your finger while cutting. I have no clue if the plastic blade sheath is supposed to be used all the time, or if it was just used for shipping, but I bet I'll lose it anyway. And this raises a minor concern about safety when accessing the spare blades, since the cutting edge of the active blade faces your fingers, so you have to be careful. I don't know if you can clearly see it in the video, but it protrudes around 1 to 2 millimeters above the edge. Speaking of the spare blades, replacing them is really easy. Just push the tiny red button and remove the blade. Inserting a new blade also requires you to push the button. The writing on the box said this tiny slot is for wire cutting. I guess it is more for wire stripping. And it seems to work great for that. The blade holder has a strong magnet at the bottom and is supposed to fit 2 spare blades, but I managed to put 3 in without a problem. I will definitely try to loosen the axle bolt to make it easy to open with one hand, like the Milwaukee Fastback. But overall, this is a nice knife that feels well in the hand, and when opened is similar in size with the regular Parkside box cutter. Next we are having a look at these rather plain looking box cutters, except that they have 2 buttons and spare blade magazines. According to the package, we have a 9mm one and an 18mm one, each with 5 spare blades. They are made by Parkside in China. They are made from black plastic with rubber grips on top and bottom and on one of the buttons. As you can see, they are a bit on the large side compared to the older Parkside box cutters. The red button has a similar action to every other box cutter you've ever seen. It is the black button that makes these cutters unique. They basically have all the advantages of a safety box cutter, without the annoying parts. Part of the reason for their size, beside the rubber grips, is that they include a compartment for 5 spare blades in the handle. This is a game changer feature for me, since I never seem to find the pack of fresh blades when I need them, and I have been known to sharpen box cutter blades in a pinch. Despite the size, it sits well in the hand, and it is quite light and easy to operate. The smaller one has exactly the same construction and features, so I'll let you watch the clip without rambling on about them. Overall, a great lineup of box cutters, well built and cheap, and they will probably serve me well for a long time, or until I lose them.